Hi everybody, it is Friday evening and it's time for Cooking with Carolina. And I'm Carolina from the Oak Bluffs Public Library. Tonight we are making spicy fish with limes. I'm very excited because this involves cooking a whole fish, which I've never done before, but I really have wanted to. And this is from the Eat Beautiful cookbook by Wendy Rao. She says, I was inspired to make this recipe after many trips to Thailand, a place I love to visit. It's such an easy dish and so light, fresh, and clean tasting, with added benefits to the skin from the fish, cilantro, and cucumber. Squeeze a generous amount of lime juice onto the fish, safe in the knowledge that your skin will be reaping all the rewards. Alright, so first thing to do is to preheat our oven to 350. Now normally in the summer I'm not too keen on using the oven, but we'll make an exception for tonight. Okay, that is started. Now we'll get the fish, and we actually use parchment paper for this. And I ended up getting 2 fish, because if you're making one, you might as well make 2. Parchment paper is kind of hard to rip. And then it likes to curl up. Okay, so we have our parchment paper there. I'm going to grab the fish. Now, the fish I have here are red snapper, and it was only sold in the freezer at the Net Result in Vineyard Haven, so I've had it defrosting under some cold water. So we will take out our fish here. It's still a little slippery and spiky. There we go. All right. This one over here. Okay. Now I think I'll put these sort of diagonally on our parchment paper just so we can wrap it up a little better. So now we are to score the fish diagonally a few times with a sharp knife and rub sea salt into the skin. Careful while you're scoring. Don't score yourself. I think we need a sharper knife. I'm going to use a sharper knife than this, because this doesn't even seem to be scoring the skin. So you need a really sharp knife to score some fish skin. Ooh. Try like this. Okay, that's better. Just trying to get too fancy. Okay, I have scored the fish skin, and now we'll take some sea salt. And if you were watching last week, you'll notice I mentioned the Malden sea salt, which I'm a huge fan of. That's what I'm using again tonight. Ow! These are sharp. Watch the spines if you're using red snapper. Pointy. I'm not used to working with raw fish, with a whole fish rather. Let me. There's always a lot of washing of the hands in the kitchen. Okay, now we'll do this guy. Maybe go in only one direction this time. I know, I will be careful. They're pointy. Don't go back and forth with your fish. Just go one way. Pet your fish. Okay. Now we will chop up the fresh chilies. Now, I got these at the store, and they look I guess they're not habaneros. They look a little like habaneros, but whatever they are, they look hot, and they were unidentified red peppers. So hopefully they won't be too spicy, but we will see how it goes. So let's see. We're going to chop that up, and we'll also be chopping up some garlic, a shallot, and some cilantro, and mixing that with lime juice, and we'll mix all that together in a bowl. So I'll rinse my hands again. Grab a bowl, and since we're doubling the recipe, we need another shallot and another garlic clove. So it looks like in the recipe she leaves the seeds in. I think I'm going to remove half the seeds because I'm kind of a wimp when it comes to hot stuff. Ooh, and I can smell that they are definitely spicy. So maybe I think I'll remove all the seeds. I like to be able to eat my food. I'll be a little wild and I'll leave half of them in. Hi, Nikita. Oh, the boys would love it if they knew you were watching. We were just talking about you the other day. Nikita's watching. That was Dexter. Maybe he'll make a special guest appearance. And so this does say to finely chop. So we will finely chop. Sure I chop those seeds all up too. Nikita says he missed you guys. I'm curious how things are in Russia, Nikita. I guess you didn't make it to California this year. That's a bummer. Okay, now we have garlic. And let's see, this garlic has a little owie on it, but that's okay, we can just cut it off. Trim the crusty end. I swear, it's only on the cooking show that I have things flying off the cutting board. I always seem to lose a morsel or two. Now, garlic I definitely like to finely chop. I like to mince it. Of course, you can play a little symphony with your knife if you're into that kind of thing. All right, now we will chop some shallots. I think I'm actually just going to use this big one instead of using two because it's pretty big. It's quite large. Oh, oven's ready. Today I have my contacts in, so hopefully these shallots won't make me cry. Shallots are kind of like onions. They definitely can activate those tear ducts. Oh, good. I'm glad you're coming back, Nikita. Next year. Inshallah. Now, the shallots I won't mince, I'll just do a fairly fine chop. Yes, that's definitely plenty. Okay, now we want our cilantro. And this is cilantro from my one lone plant I have out on my deck in a planter. It's very close to bolting, but hopefully it will do the trick. It still smells really good. I don't know if there are any secrets to keep cilantro from bolting other than doing successive plantings. Because it always bolts so quickly. And I'm just getting the big stems out. Not going too crazy about it, but you know, get those big honkers out. Yeah, that's pretty acceptable. Whew, man. My house is hot today, and having the oven on and standing next to it does not help. My house is hot, but it's actually really cool outside. It's down to about 70. In Celsius, maybe that's like 15. It is not warm. There's definitely a lot of cool air coming off the water. And I think it rained a little today. Although I was in the library all day, so I'm not sure what really went on out there. Okay, so now we have the chili. We'll add honey. And this is my extra special Moroccan honey that I brought back from Morocco. Hopefully I can get some more soon. Go. And since we're doubling the recipe, it says 1 tablespoon. We will put 2. All right, and then juice of 1 lime. I I don't actually have one lime left. I have kind of a smorgasbord of little lime halves, and we'll just make those work for us. And you can use a little juicer if you want, but limes don't really have that many seeds. So you can use your hands too to really get all those juices out. I'm making a lot of funny faces today. I apologize. Alright, there's one. These are nice juicy limes, so we are in luck there. Now, the recipe does call for a whole fish that has been gutted and cleaned. And these are sliced open. They were frozen. I bought them frozen, but they look like they have been gutted and cleaned, luckily, because that is beyond my skill level so far. I do live on an island. I guess I should learn how to gut and clean some fish. All right, so there we are. We have our little mixture there. I'll go get a spoon to mix it all up. And rinse the lime juice off my hands. Now we'll take this mixture. I like it, it's nice and colorful. That's one thing I really like about this cookbook. A lot of the recipes are very colorful. I like colorful food. Ooh, and it does smell really good. Oh, I'm so excited now. Okay, so we'll use our hands and let's lovely. Well, all right. Let's rub this stuff all over and rub it on the inside too. Stick some of the stuff up in there. If you're doing more than one, oh man, these spines. Now it got me on the bottom. Dangerous fish. Okay. We'll rub that all over in one direction so you don't pierce yourself with a fish spine. Put it on this one carefully. Put it on the inside. Shove some of your mixture into the cavity. Carefully pour the excess juices right on top of the fish as such. You can use your hand to scrape all the, get every bit of your mixture on there. Now, rinse up, tend to your fish wounds, and we will do the wrapping. So you wrap it sort of like a present. doesn't have to be perfect. But you do want it to kind of be sealed in there. I'll grab a baking sheet, which you could line with foil also if you wanted for extra easy cleanup. Now, I was going to serve this with some little teeny potatoes, but now I'm thinking maybe rice would be a better choice. I think I might make some rice instead. So we'll wrap this guy up. There we go, we have our parchment fish. So, there we go, we'll put this in the oven. We'll cook it for about 20 minutes, and then we'll check on it to make sure it's tender. And while we're doing this, you can make a little salad to go along with it with arugula, cucumber, and lemon juice. I did not get any of those ingredients, so we won't be making that tonight, but it does sound good to eat along with it. And go ahead and check back later, and I'll let you know how it turned out. Thanks for joining me. Bye.